Hello Eternum and welcome to KOTT News, Eternum's #1 source for news, and this is the War Report. No change in the dynamic of Eternum last night as both great houses continue to reign over their respective regions. But there was a change in the way rabbits have been behaving lately, as the island's corruption has begun to influence them. We spoke with Rabbit Representative Stanley on his island sanctuary for displaced rabbit kind. Stanley, thank you for meeting with me. JChalant, KOTT News, Eternum's #1 source for news. Stanley, do you have anything to do with these corrupted rabbits? You say you have nothing to do with it, but it's infecting the other rabbits here? You also hope someone can find the cause and stop it, and that you want peace for the island. That's so noble, Stanley. KOTT News can report that the community has moved swiftly to bring about rabbit peace.
Peace for the bunnies has been declared!
Turning to the weather, and it's going to be a sunny day all morning long, well into late afternoon, before tropical swells from the southern tips will push invasions inland around the edges of the island. For simulated fantasy combat resolution tonight, brought to you by LARPCO. Remember, if it isn't LARPCO, it's cardboard. First up, the Covenant forces of Hexacon assail the Syndicate forces of hooded outcasts for control over First Light and its abundant spice flow. While Hexacon is no stranger to declaring war, this will be their first attempt to unthrone the reigning Spice Lords. For Hooded Outcast, they've held the region for well over a month, cultivating its abundant resources and dominating the flow of spice. Meanwhile, the Syndicate forces of Battlesnakes attack the Covenant forces of Milked Regime for control of the bamboo forest preserves and medicinal hot springs of Ebonscale. Battlesnakes make their second attempt to secure land on the island after failing against the landlords in Monarch's Bluff 2 weeks ago. Milked Regime make their second defense of the regional resort destination getaway in as many days. They've hardly had time for a soak in its fabled hot springs. Then, the Syndicate forces of Sausage and Friends attempt to rob the Marauders of Reformed Guard of their ownership of the financial capital of Windsward. Newcomers, Sausage and Friends, begin their journey towards island conquest by starting where so many often do, in order to secure funding for future endeavors. But once again, it must be noted that Reformed Guard does not care about the financial incentives associated with holding Windsward, only the combative opportunities. And finally, in the main ring, the Covenant forces of Regime challenge the Syndicate forces of Black Wolves Company for their heavyweight championship title and the right to rule over Everfall. Unsatisfied by the 29-minute loss, Regime returns to declare their right of rematch and attempt to reclaim their championship belt. For Black Wolves Company, they've had 3 successful title defenses so far, but will that extra experience translate into a win here tonight? We'll have the outcomes and reactions from the citizens tonight at 11. Until then, this has been War Correspondent JChalant, KOTT News.